In this video, I'm sharing with you my very special recipe for a crispy, tasty, delicious vegan burger. It's packed with goodness and high in protein. Let's do this. Hey foodies, welcome to Hubi Tastes. I hope you enjoyed the recipe today. If it's your first time on my channel, please subscribe and enable the bell so you see all the recipes that I do on this channel. And now we're starting with the vegan burger. I appreciate nowadays it's not easy to find meats in the market, so let's do with what we have. I'm starting with a mix of different fresh mushrooms. We start by breaking up the mushrooms and put it into a food processor. I highly recommend using a food blender because I don't have one. I end up using the processor, which makes my life the more difficult, but at the end it works. We get ourselves 1.5 onions. Get rid of the skin, cut it into quarters and chop it and add it to the mixture. After processing the mushrooms and the onions, you will end up with something very similar to what you see on the video that you almost can make a patty out of, but we're not ready yet. Now we add 1.5 cans of beans. Don't be lazy like me. If you toast it a little bit in the oven and use it for this recipe, you will get a better result because we don't want as much moisture in the patty when we make the vegetarian or vegan burgers. And now we add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of almond flour. Let's see your chopping skills. We get ourselves some celery and chop it finely and add it to the mixture. By the way, when I was making this dish, I was so hungry and I just wanted to eat, so you will see me rushing in the process because I was so hungry. It's all about flavor, and we start with the spices. Add half tablespoon of paprika, half teaspoon of pepper, and salt. I would say up to taste. I added 1.5 teaspoon. I've also added some powdered garlic. To taste, I added some oregano, of course our beloved olive oil, and I've also added a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Now that we added all of the mixture, we added our spices, we start by forming a burger like patty, and we have to use our hands. I put my oven to the maximum heat and it took me about half an hour. Keep an eye on it. It varies from one oven to the other. It depends on your environment and your oven. Keep checking it. You could use a toothpick to make sure that it's cooked well from the inside. I like it quite crunchy and almost dry. That's how I like it. So I kept it longer than most people would prefer. And now it's sandwich time. So I got myself a nice sesame bagel. And guess what did I start with? Hummus, but this time it's pepper hummus. It's very fiery, spicy, creamy. It's so delicious. I just love adding hummus to my sandwiches. And I also added some shredded pickled peppers. They're so good. And before the burgers were ready, I added a slice of cheese for 1.5 minutes, and voila, look! I added some tomatoes and some sour cabbage, red cabbage. I love it, and it's very healthy and good for your stomach. And voila, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we have our vegan burger ready. I loved it, I enjoyed it, it was so tasty. So here's a quick recipe for you. Try it out. I hope you like it, and remember to like the video and tell me what you think about the videos we're doing at Hubi Tastes. Love you all, thank you for the support, and check it out.